All right. Now my Zoom seems to be working. Been having a little trouble with that. I want to go over tomorrow with you, which is just kind of weird. Whenever I did the my number times 7th day times the second month, we already get the 153 or the 53. So you get the 53 just times the 7. And then times the second month, you get to 53 again. Now we get the 2023 and we get Eve 2332, which is Eve in Old Testament Strong's Concordance. Are we on the eve of something on tomorrow on 2/7? Remember, tomorrow is 207, which is 119 Donald plus 88 Trump. It is also the 38th day of the year, which is murder code. And when you times it, when you continue the multiplication, you now have 886, the 88 being 86th. So let's do it again. My number times tomorrow, 753. With a 76 Adam, with the Super Bowl 57, with the 34th year from Donnie Darko. So everything's there. Times February, the second month, you got your 153 fish. Not going to get into the other stuff. There's plenty there. Now let's keep going. Now times 2023. There's 2332 Eve, which remember 332 days left in the year on that on that Groundhog Day, 2009 Divorce Day. And then times it by the 38th day, and you get 886. I don't know. And there's 327 days left in the year, which is on the door of Spectre when he is wearing his skeleton outfit on Day of the Dead. He goes to his room at the beginning of Spectre, and it's room 327, which is the 86th day of the year, March 27th. And so all of that is there. Now let's take me out of it. Let's just do 2 times 7 times 2023. You get 283, murder code again, fused with 322. Times the 38th day of the year. There's your Adam again, your 76. It's a 1 and a single digit, so God. Okay, reverse that. And then times it by, the only thing left is 327 days left in the year. And so what's interesting is 327, it's your 86th day of the year. Do you see how, I don't know, they all bounce off each other. The 83, the 38, the 327, March 27th, just all of it, because that's a big deal. That was on his room number in Spectre at the very beginning. You get to the beginning of Spectre, the dead are alive, that big old drum. So I'm going to turn the volume off. I'm going to take you all the way. He's in a skeleton outfit, so he's dead. And you get to then when they get to their room number, it's 327. Well, tomorrow's 327 left in the year. Now, 327 is also March 27th, and it's the 86th day of the year. So if we go to 31 plus 28 plus 27, March 27th, 86th day of the year. 329 is the 88th. So these are all days we have to be looking for. Now, March 5th, transfer portals back to 11/17/2020. The total solar eclipse of April 20th, transfer portals back to October 2nd, 2020, when Trump said he had the illness. All that stuff matters. Now I'm going to go read my cell phone over here. So I'm going to shout a little bit, raise my voice, project it across the room. because our contributor gave me a lot more. Well, he gave it to me on the phone, but he said Henry Kissinger had a book published, a nuclear book published. It is 66 years, 6 months to the Super Bowl. No days, just 66 years, 6 months, this Henry Kissinger nuclear book. So, and then he gave me about 20 other things that are just like that. This is like nothing we've ever seen for a nuclear Super Bowl. If nothing happens, we better chart 33 days after it, because that means that was a breadcrumb. Well, let's do their number after that breadcrumb. So it's day 43 plus 33. Better look at day 76, which, believe it or not, is March 17th. I think that's St. Patrick's Day. So it just never ends. I am, our friend, our new contributor here, he is absolutely 100%. Something nuclear is going to happen on Super Bowl Sunday. Just something nuclear. But remember, Trump is the atomic kid. If we do, so he would maybe be, so I don't know. If we do the atomic kid, Back to the Future.
According to Futurepedia, Fandom, the science fiction comedy starred Mickey Rooney as a uranium prospector who accidentally stumbles into an atomic test site, survives the detonation of an atomic bomb, and gains unusual powers after being irradiated. Robert Strauss co-starred as Rooney's older friend and fellow prospector.
That was on the movie marquee in Back to the Future, The Atomic Kid, which is an old Mickey Rooney movie. So that's interesting. That's on the movie marquee at the very end of 9/11. So if we look at the Atomic Kid film Wikipedia, Trump is the Atomic Kid. 86 minutes. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. December 8th. Why did that date pop into my head? Go back to the transfer portal. Go to our 2/12 date. Okay, hang on. It's transfer portal. Let me redo this. The transfer portal of time. Go up 400 days. February 14th. Go up 398. That's Super Bowl Sunday. Go back. December 8th. Super Bowl Sunday, transfer portals back to December 8th, which was the release of The Atomic Kid. You have got to be kidding me. All right. Well, I just got off the phone with our contributor, and he told me that the FBI came calling because he was putting this stuff out on his Twitter feed. And he said we could share it. So it's MICHAELLETTS, if y'all remember that name. Our old contributor, our new contributor is our old contributor. He just said he wanted to lay low this time, so I honored that. But now he said we can show. So he's got a Twitter account, and he's got 1,600. He's got 1,617 followers. And so he is coding all of this. So there it is. Yep. And he said there's a lot of people that are contributing to his channel. To his Twitter account. I've never done Twitter. I don't do Twitter. But since he's putting all of this stuff out there, But these are all the things he's been telling me on the phone. It's just, yeah. So anyway, y'all have that now. And what was this? The 577 times the Super Bowl Sunday, the 387, the 888, 22384. Remember we went over that. Gladys Knight did License to Kill, and she did Midnight Train to Georgia when Second Wife was born. That was the #1 song. Remember, Second Wife is coded in all of this stuff. And she sang a James Bond song. And she's the one that had the #1 hit when My Second Wife was born. And it was Midnight Train to Georgia. And everything seems to be linked to Georgia. Devil Went Down to Georgia. Georgia just won nationals. Like that's where the event might take place with, you know, the Antichrist. Deadly wound to his right eye. And then this Medusa was in the movie Wednesday. And, you know, Christian's been all over this Medusa thing. Well, the movie Wednesday's got Medusa, and Rihanna's got her hair like Medusa. So it's, you know, there's a lot going on. No doubt about it. When did he wear that mask again? Yeah, it was July 11th, 2020. And so that's at Walter Reed. I wonder what that comes to in gematria. So that's 7-11. So it's basically telling you when he rises, he's, you know, he's Bane, you know, it's that whole thing. 7-11-2020. Well, on Super Bowl Sunday, it's 31 months, 1 day. 311, heavily coded. Heavily coded. That's not including both dates. If you go back to the 11th, which again has been coming up a lot lately, if you include both dates, 31 months and a day. Oh boy. Okay. So let me try to get back on track here. The whole 327 thing, the Atomic Kid thing, transfer portals back to December 8th, 2020. And Atomic Kid came out on December 8th. Again, that's another link besides everything our friend, our old friend, our new friend is showing us, has been telling us, which he doesn't send me the emails anymore because he's got his own Twitter thing going, which I love. So I can't regurgitate it, but y'all, it's a laundry list. Like nothing I have ever heard from him before. That all hits on Super Bowl Sunday for something nuclear. It's crazy. Now, Michael Caine. Remember, March 5th transfer portals back to 11/17/2020. That's a high watch day for me because my stepdaughter on March 5th, she's 9/11/7. In other words, 9/11 or 11/7, which really means that's really like rising stuff, which would mean he would go down on 33, March 3rd. Oh, go figure. So, but that March 5th is big because it goes back to 11/17 and it hits her 9/11/17. if he does go down March 5th, which transfer portals back to 11/17/2020, he would rise spiritually, of course, on March 7th, and she turns 9/11/9 or 9/11/119. So does something start happening now? And then you know who goes down early March. Or does he go down now? He can go down tomorrow. It'll be fake. It'll be staged. But he was contacted by the FBI. And so my videos, they speak for themselves. They want to know what I'm doing. Watch my videos. They're all organic. This is everything that you could possibly be, everything. Michael Caine is the Cypher. He is in Tenet. He is in the Batman trilogy. He was the roommate of the guy that did the James Bond theme song when he invented the James Bond theme song. Are you kidding me? Caine's connected to the Prestige, Batman, and James Bond. Nobody else in the world has. That's at Telling Truth 3. The only thing he's not in is Donnie Darko, which are all of your main, that combination.
And he played Mick Goldfinger. Composing last night.
And he played for him Goldfinger. This was his roommate. All the world's a stage. The AI did every bit of this. James Bond songs, wrote them, showed them what the music was. You know what the Grammy is? The Grammy Award. The actual Grammy Award. Do you see what that is? See that little phonograph? The first, I'm telling you, the very first time that they were told somehow, some way, through a spiritual, deep, demonic, occult, seance type way, how to get electricity and how to create a speaker. As soon as they could hear the entities speak to them, that's it. Technology just took off. Computer made way before they told you computer made. AI was the first thing that came out of that speaker. AI was invented before the computer itself. Because demons have been around forever. And that's what AI is. It's the ghost in the machine. They told you themselves. That's the Grammy Award. So Michael Caine, if you look at him and everything he's connected to and every way that he's connected to it, I do need to bring up the Telling Truth 3 channel. Got some other stuff on there. Michael Caine does nothing. I've already shown you all that, so I can get rid of that. Transfer portal, shown you that. The Atomic Kid, 86 minutes, shown you that. So Michael Caine has the 286 with a 3 on each side. That was the score of the blackout, 28-6, when they turned the lights out. He's 89 years, 11 months, 19 days. So the 9 of the 89 is followed by an 11 for 9/11. And then you have 9/11 going back the other way. 89 years, 11 months, 19 days. So you have 9/11 in both directions. Plain and simple. And he's got the 86 in his days. That's all on March 5th. 286 with threes as bookends. I would look at March 5th. He was born on 3/14. Pi. So Michael Caine's one to look at. Telling Truth 3, I need to get into their comments. I have not. My goodness, I got a million of them. That channel throws out way more comments than our channel does. If Christian didn't comment, we wouldn't hardly have any. Let's get into Christian's comments and anybody else's. I don't remember what 12/12/1986 was about. But there's your 211. It was somebody's. Oh, the Golden Child. So the Golden Child. It gives you 211 on 2/12. So it's going to be a day ahead of whatever day it is. Like it'll be 13214 on 2/13 on February 13th. If that gives you an idea. Or backwards, I'm sorry. On February 15th, it'll be 214. Well, who do you think the Golden Child is? Trump's penthouse made of gold. Who do you think Goldfinger is? Trump's penthouse made of gold? As our friend, as our contributor said, he said, you said it a long time ago. Everything's about Trump. And it is. Every movie, every song, or the songs about the divine feminine, 1000%. All these songs about women, they talking about her. She's the tiny dancer in Elton John's hand. We're also in the lyrics of Tiny Dancer, handing tickets out for God. Jesus freaks out in the street, handing tickets out for God. Bernie Taupin admitted that all of he and Elton's songs were written in which WITCH language. They have double meanings. So does everything in every movie and every song you listen to and every music video that you watch. Every bit of it. Every bit of it. So the Golden Child, not a lot, but let's run the Golden Child to March 5th. Just for giggles. 3232. If you include both dates, 3233. And 36 years, 2 months, 22 days. 222 coded. Heavily coded. I'm telling you, the March 5th's big. March 5th's big. All right, so Christian's got, did you realize that Abraham Lincoln's birthday is February 12th in 1809? I've included the time between the dates from his birthday, 2/12 to 1809, the Super Bowl, from the groundbreaking of the memorial, 2/12/1914, to the Super Bowl and the last dedication of the memorial, the Super Bowl, the construction of Lincoln Memorial. It's 78162 days, or 214 years to the end date. Wow. 214. 2568 months. The calculator ignores DST clock. Yeah, when you start getting into that, there is a lot of different, it starts to get into a lot of stuff. You got the 187 in the hours, the first three digits, followed by a 5, and then 888. 11166. That's powerful stuff. That's February 12th, 1914 to February 12th, 2023. What is that? February 12th, 1914. All right, hang on. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's 1809. Yeah, 214 years. Exactly. 78,162. Yeah, that's brilliant stuff there, man. I mean, like, for sure, for sure. 1809. We'll run it down. This one also. 214 years. No months, no weeks, no days. 2568 on the months. 111, 66 in the weeks. So let's go back. It's Abraham Lincoln's birthday in 1809. It's just fascinating. 214, that's the first time deadly wound is mentioned in the Bible. So what this really seems to tell, based off the way the transfer portal put it back to the Atomic Kids date of December 8th, and that's at the end of 9/11 that they make in Back to the Future. That's a very powerful cipher that the actual Antichrist deadly wound would take place on the 12th. Trump is the atomic kid. That's what is going to go NUCLEAR. It's just mind-boggling. Christian, do we even need to read any more of your comments? How are you going to top that? Can't top that. Can't top it. Also thought about the Northeast blackout of August. He's going to try to top it. August 14th until the Super Bowl. I didn't notice, but maybe you see the numbers from August 14th, 2003, but not including 7122. What is 71? What did that? Oh, yeah. Okay. I know what that was. Good stuff, my friend. Y'all, that comment there is Radiohead Lotus Flower. Christians. Excuse me. Talking about the Northeast blackout. Episode 5 of The Last of Us. The Last of Us actor is the same guy that did. Yep, that's the guy. That's who's The Last of Us. The Last of Us, lead actor. Oh no, he's in something else. I got him confused with someone else. It's Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon's in a lot of stuff right now. Let's go to him. Michael Shannon, IMDb. He's in George and Tammy, Little Demon. He was in Amsterdam, of course, the big movie. He was in Bullet Train, the big movie. So they've put him out there in a lot of stuff. And he's George Jones in the George and Tammy, which is running now. And he's in Little Demon, which is running now. Amsterdam was that big movie that had them all. It had the villain that killed James Bond. It had Christian Bale, who, of course, is also James Bond or Trump. He was in it, telling you about the storm that's coming. Jeez. But no, he's not The Last of Us. I'm sorry, that's some other guy. February 10th. Will be streaming on HBO February 10th at 9 p.m., 2 days before the series regularly scheduled Sunday night airing on HBO, which is February 12th, coincides with the Super Bowl. Episode 5, Like on Obama's Face and I Pet Goat. February 10th, 9 p.m., 109 of years, groundbreaking of Lincoln Memorial. Good stuff, my friend. Did you hear about Kyrie Irving, the Nets, traveling to Mavericks, area code 718? By the way, when's LeBron about to break the record? When is LeBron James going to break the record? So he's 36 points away. And so he could do it tonight. And that's murder code all over it, these numbers. It's 38, 38s, and 38s, and 38s, and 38s. He's at 38,352. So that's 38352. Second marriage progression. He's at 383 right now. He needs 36 more. When he gets his 36 more to break the record, projected date would be 2/9. And at that point, the stage is set for my Friday the 10th. Even though everything... Now, see, his rising would be the Atomic Kid, right? Because he's rising. So why would I not think he's going down on a Friday and rising on Sunday? The day everything goes kabloomy. Of course. Kareem Abdul's record is 38387. LeBron's would be 38388. Scheduled to be happening on 2/9. He plays for the Angels of the Lake of Fire. Los Angeles Lakers, the City of Angels, the Lakers, Lake of Fire. Stuff's too easy, isn't it? It's like shooting fish out of a barrel. Pittsburgh Stadium, Dark Knight Rises, Dallas Zoo, Two Leopards, Novo, Luna, Mavericks, Top Gun. That comment is found Radiohead, Lotus Flower Song, February 16th. Amazing. Thank you, Christian. Mark Cuban, born in Pittsburgh, PA. Dallas Mavericks play American Airlines Center, AAC, or 113 or 311. 311 information. Phone number in New York. The band 311 had a hit song. Hit song was Down. Mark Cuban was on Shark Tank. And in the movie Sharknado, makes me think of the shark beast out of the sea. I Pet Goat. Cuban has been a shark investor on the ABC reality program Shark Tank since 2011. Thank you, my friend. Good stuff. Whoa, there's another Brad. 888 days. What's 888 days? Abraham Accords. Abraham Accords in a series. Abraham Accords hits at 880 days. On the 12th, 880. It'll be 888 on February 20th, which is a very high watch date to me because of that address that I worked at. Christian, good stuff, my friend. Thank you immensely. Abraham Accords, Israel Establishment, Abraham Accords. Now that is all. Those two comments were found at 666, 18, 83, 26. Saw 211 twice today already. One is in the Zoom number. Yeah, I've been seeing the 211 a lot. Big time. Means nothing. Don't sweat it. Anything I tell you, let it come in one ear and not the other. I've seen stuff for the last 3 years and it ain't nothing meant nothing. Sat here and showing it right to you. Nothing's meant nothing. So just assume nothing's going to happen. We just do what we do here, and I don't even know what we do. This is all about the will of God. the will of God. You know, God has already ordained when this event will take place. And we're not, it's almost like we're trying to figure out what God's going to do, even though we're trying to figure out what the Illuminati or Mystery Babylon's going to do. But really, God's ordained it. So that's why we're always very like, on to the next date. I don't take anything personal when it doesn't happen. I might be a little let down because I overextended myself and really thought something was going to happen because I get nervous. You know, I'm like, man, everything's lining up. 927. Oh boy. Oh. It's like a roller coaster ride. But what happens? You survive the roller coaster, and then it goes back up to the top, and then it goes around and around and around. Then you're done. And then I'm like, man, that was fun. Let's get back on. I want to ride it again. And we just keep riding this roller coaster up and down, up. Well, our friend has got us really looking at the Super Bowl. He's really looking at the Super Bowl. He's really looking at the Super Bowl. So I don't know what to tell you. Let's look at Trump for tomorrow since all those numbers came up, 163, 464. And we'll look at the grid for tomorrow. Times 7, because tomorrow is, wow, 144 already, 424. Woof. Times 2. Oh, boy, 22 and the 88. Woof. 22 is all about 86ing. I've told you that, shown you that many, 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 many times. But you're also getting February 28th there, aren't you? 4629627 Wow. This is crazy. And then that's my apartment number, so they'll probably come knock on my door tomorrow. It is the 38th day of the year. And there's 327 left to go. So Trump times tomorrow's numbers. You got a 718. Yeah. And you got 501 for May Day. And then 718. And then an 88. That's all the numbers with Trump. Let's go 163464 times just 327. There's the 53 again times 2023. 86, 88. Wow. 1 and a 0, so we do 7154. Back it back out of there. Times about a 38th day. 501 again. Times it again by 14. 2 times 14. Okay. So now let's just do his number 163464. Whoops. 163464 times 38. 621. Here's your 211. So Trump times the 38 is that. I'm not even going to get into that. That's some crazy stuff in the personal realm. 16 was my second wife. That was my husband number to her second husband, because her first husband's number began with 15. My first wife began with 62. So 163 is a fusion. And you know what? That's beginning of Trump's number. His number is 163464. I'd always said, well, that's my second wife number and my third wife number. But that's my second wife's second husband number. So that's the husband and wife numbers of the 8852. I was her 88. She was my 52. I was her 16. She was my 63. That's wife numbers versus marriage numbers. Fascinating. Told you me and Trump are like on opposite ends of the spectrum. His whole life's been coded into my marriages. My marriages have been coded into the end times, is really what it is. It's a vice versa. Okay, let's go back. So Trump times 38, which, you know, when I was in my teens was my love number, 38. That's a long story. I'd never tell you that. That's just a crazy. I was a kid. I was like in high school. Well, I was just out of high school. It was 1979 when that all came about. I remember it like it was last week. And so that's tomorrow's day number 38. So it's Trump times 38 times 2023. There's that 153 again. Okay. And we've combined it with all the rest. I was just curious. You want to know what Trump is for Super Bowl, don't you? 12th day. Second month. There's the FBI calling. Much better. That was my son. But Beyonce, the Queen Bee, 73 views. James Bond theme saved until the end of Casino Royale. That was pretty cool. I actually just thought that was, my flesh just really enjoyed that, because that's one thing that our old contributor / new contributor said was, nobody's broken down this James Bond code like you have. And I'm like, why, thank you. You know, the Holy Spirit gives me anything that I got. But the other channels just don't do that. Other truther channels, they don't touch James Bond. And I have broken those movies down like you just absolutely would not believe. Nobody else does. And it's low-hanging fruit. It's like the seventh king of Mystery Babylon. They don't, you know what? That's why they don't want to tie it. That just goes to show you they're not really truther channels. All of them. Enter the Stars, none of them. Now watch, the Ghost in the Machine will now have Enter the Stars do a James Bond breakdown. Don't fall for Enter the Stars. Watch his information. Take out of it what you can, but do not trust him as far as you can throw him. Logic Before Authority, same. None of them. Don't trust him. So Michael Caine, Trump's net worth. So check out Trump's net worth with 8 billion. Do y'all not see my second wife's third marriage progression? When Trump gave his number, when Trump gave his wealth, it began with 873. Second wife, 55244. Her husband, 15768. 871. I was her 872 if you carried out 3 progressions. 873 is her third marriage number. Ooh, what's in the middle of her original marriage number? An 873. 871 over 873. I was her 872. Or if you carried out 2 digits, I was her 88. 8 is her single digit marriage number. It does not progress. So you just line them right next to each other. First marriage, 8. Second marriage, 88. Third marriage, 888. I was her 88 2 different ways, either by a progression or just put the 8 next to the 8 as being her second husband, her second marriage. Fascinating. And I just showed you her first husband was 15768. That means I was her 16. Next progression. And Trump's number is 163. And my first wife, that's right, Obama's birthday. 8 times 4 times, she's 1964. My son has parents where Obama's birthday, the mom, and Obama's year being born, the dad. Because Obama's 8 times 4 times 1961. He's my age. My first wife, 62. My second wife, that makes my second wife my 63. If you go out 3 digits, 629. Guess what her and her kids came to? 629. That's my second wife. I mean, that's my first wife times me. 517 is my 3-digit original marriage number. My second marriage, 518. Guess what me, my second wife, and her kids all came to? 518. You ready? Me. Her son. There's the 113886. 518. You see the pattern? I used to say prophecy is pattern. See the 4411? That's in me, her, and her kids combined number. That's the day I met her. 4411. October 22nd. (2005). 4411. Did y'all see that 220? That's what I was staring at. 10 times 22 is 220. That's the address where I quit that job that day, the same day of the Alec Baldwin incident. And somebody else close to me just quit there also. That place is like, that 220 address, I'm not going to tell you what it is, where it is, how it is, why it is. That 220 address is like the Bermuda Triangle. That place is like a revolving door. It has a cloud over it. Keep your eye on February 20th. Keep your eye on February 20th. The new moon is the 21st. And he would rise on 222. Keep your eye on that day, man. Dadgummit, keep your eye on that day. I got 408 subscribers at Telling Truth 3. That's my condominium number. Is it time? What's that? The Knock at the Cabin? Is that the name of it? So I really do need to address their comments. 5 months ago, 5 months ago, 4 months ago, 4 months ago, 4 months ago, 1 month ago, 3 weeks ago. I need to start going 3 weeks ago. I have not addressed them in 3 weeks. I need to do that tomorrow. Christian, thank you very much for your contributions. And y'all now know my friend. Been back on the phone with him. Remember, lost contact with him. Couldn't reach him since August 1st, since he left us that very nice text message saying it is undiscernible. You can't discern it. It's too much. And I said, I texted him back, but he never responded. And I tried to call him and he never took my calls. And then suddenly I just started hearing from him about 3 weeks ago. I was so happy. And he has been throwing me stuff. He has been throwing me stuff. And I guess that's what's all over his Twitter. Has he put everything on his Twitter? Because he's given me probably 20 or 30 items that all hit on Super Bowl Sunday. So you can go down and read at Michael in Truth, or the name Michael Letts, Michaelletts. He's been talking about what's going on at Turkey. I mean, keep going down his page. It's endless. And this is what I've been hearing. And some of it he'll text me, and that's what I read to y'all. And y'all know it's been outrageous. So I'm just going all the way down his page. And I'm going all the way down his page. And it's just never ending. It's like February 5th. It all took off. Look at that, February 4th. So, y'all, it's a lot. There's the 87 that Christopher Lloyd put out back in the fall, which meant they're close to 88. One thing that I failed to mention about Christopher Lloyd's post showing the flux capacitor at 87 miles per hour is that below the NUC LEAR symbol, it says reset. Sure does. So anyway, follow him. He got contacted by one of the alphabet clubs. Wow. FBI calls me on the phone. I'll say, what's your email? I'll email you my YouTube site and you can start watching everything that I do. Go back through my videos. You'll see how and why I come up with what I come up with. Been following numbers since I was a child. And I follow a lot of YouTube sites that are mainly AI sites or AI run sites with a human front man. And they expose a lot of real truths, a lot of false truths. They mix them all up. You think their eyes would start glazing over when I start going into my marriage progressions? And see, that's why the Lord made it nice and confusing, huh? Only the AI would go like, yeah, the good Lord's hooking him up. He's gifted. I've got one that can see, which is what logic with authority opens up with. Let's play that. Logic before authority. Let's see if it.
Hi guys, sorry about the wind.
Let's get one of his longer ones.
I've got one that can see.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's potential that there's somebody out there that's telling the truth in God's word and that is pretty dialed into what's going on in the world around us. And I will tell you that our contributor there from Twitter, nobody's got anything on his research. His research is second to none. It's like Christians. Christians like that. Christian throws out gobs of information. Between Christian and Michael and what I share with you, the truth of God's word, or my personal stuff, what other channels doing what we do? Because you have to factor in the truth in God's word. Hell is not eternal torment. God doesn't love everybody. There's no such thing as free will. He came for his. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. All right, love y'all.